Om Bhadrang Karnebhihi Sriduyamade.
It's a land famous for its mystic spiritualism, a place where saints and swamis guard the secrets of an ancient wisdom. For thousands of years, people from India and abroad have devoted themselves to these holy men in their quest for enlightenment. But some gurus have proven to be far from divine, accused of rape, murder, and mass castration. I'm Steve Chow. On this episode of 101 East, we investigate one Swami's spectacular fall and the blind faith many still have in him.
They call him the rockstar guru. The not-so-subtle Swami of spirituality.
You are the love charger! You are the love charger! You are the love charger!
This love-charged holy man is Gurmeet Ram Rahim Singh, and he says he's the messenger of God.
Messenger.
For almost 30 years, he has led the Dera Sacha Sauda, or the Place of Truth sect in northern India.
कोई कहता है गुरु, तो कोई कहता है भगवान.
He claims to have 60 million followers worldwide. An exaggeration perhaps, but his fans are certainly enthusiastic. Singh revels in his popularity. He has funded several Bollywood-style films starring himself. Not to mention his many music albums. But it isn't all discos and dancing. Singh has made headlines for his charitable works, spearheading environmental drives, campaigning for women's rights, and tackling drug addiction.
आप हाथ खड़ा करके वायदा करें कि हम कभी भी कोई नशा नहीं करेंगे. सभी लोग.
His charity work has won him some influential friends. This is Ram Bilas Sharma, a cabinet minister in Haryana state. He's not the only politician to bow before this guru. In the 2014 state elections, almost half of the ruling party's candidates sought Singh's blessing. To his devotees, he is a god. But others have called him the devil in disguise. In 2002, an anonymous letter was sent to the most powerful man in the country.
To the Honourable Prime Minister, Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee.
It was from a disciple who lived in Singh's ashram, known in Hindi as his Dera. What she wrote about the guru shocked the government.
Respected Sir, one day at 10 o'clock at night, I was informed that Father has called me to his room.
She found her guru lying in bed next to a gun, watching a pornographic film.
Taking me in his arms, he said to me he would like to make love to me.
The woman said she tried to stop him, but Singh wouldn't.
When I resisted, he said there was no doubt that he was God. He said that he can kill me without any harm being done to him. After that, he raped me and has been doing so for the last 3 years.
The woman also revealed that Singh was abusing other girls.
If any girl dares to open her mouth against all this, Maharaj has ordered to finish her off.
She begged the central government to investigate. She could never have imagined that dozens of people would be killed after she sent her letter.
I cannot keep silent.
Almost 300 kilometers north of India's capital, news of the letter spread through a town called Sirsa. It's the headquarters of Gurmeet Ram Rahim Singh's sect.
उसका बहुत प्रभाव था, खौफ था.
The Dera had a lot of influence. People were scared of it. They had political power.
इनके खिलाफ कभी कोई कार्रवाई नहीं हुई.
Anshul Chhatrapati was born and raised in Sirsa. He says almost everyone in town followed or feared the Guru. Then in 2002, local officials and journalists began receiving copies of the anonymous letter.
जहाँ भी वो लेटर सर्कुलेट होता, वहाँ
Wherever that letter was circulated, people would be beaten up, thrashed. People's offices were attacked. If they found out a shop was photocopying the letter, they'd attack the shop.
लोग जो हैं,
People would whisper amongst themselves. Nobody had the courage to speak out against them.
No one except Anshul's father. Ramchandra Chhatrapati was a small-town journalist with a big reputation. He ran his own newspaper called Pura Sach, or the whole truth.
अपने अखबार को उन्होंने
He didn't run his newspaper like a commercial business. He ran it to serve our society. Whether it was social issues, or corruption, or political issues, he would raise his voice against powerful people.
For years, dark rumours had been circulating about Singh and his Dera. Whispers that he was involved in land grabbing, corruption, and mysterious disappearances.
उन दिनों सिरसा के अंदर कोई
In those days, no media in Sirsa would speak against the Dera. They were scared. But even in this environment of fear, my father was reporting.
Anshul's father published the anonymous letter with its explosive allegations of rape.
immediately उनको threatening calls आई.
Immediately, he started receiving threatening calls, telling him not to report on this. But he said, "You can't stop me from publishing the truth."
Those threats soon turned deadly. On a cool October evening, two men rode towards the journalist's house. Anshul, a university student at the time, was home with his father.
हम लोग अभी डिनर की तैयारी कर.
We were preparing to have dinner. Outside the house, somebody called my father's name.
छत्रपति जी, छत्रपति जी.
Ramchandra Chhatrapati left his son and went outside. Within seconds, Anshul heard 5 gunshots.
हमने ये नहीं सोचा था कि
I never thought that they would go to this extent. It never crossed my mind.
The gunmen fled in opposite directions, but they didn't get far.
उनमें से एक शूटर जो है
One of the shooters was apprehended at the police post, close to our house.
वहाँ वो पकड़ लिया
They seized a weapon and a walkie-talkie set from him.
हुआ.
Prosecutors say the 2 suspected gunmen were Singh's disciples, and the items seized from them were registered to his Dera, allegations that Singh rejects. The assassination devastated Chhatrapati's family and his community.
हम लोग शहर के बीचों बीच जब निकले
As the funeral procession was going through Sirsa, there were men, women, children standing on the rooftops. They were throwing flowers on my father. People were so shaken by the terror inflicted by the Dera.
तो उस दिन ये देखकर महसूस हुआ कि
That day, I realized that people were saluting the crusade that my father had started. We felt proud of him. Whatever he did, it wasn't wrong.
वो गलत नहीं किया.
Ever since then, Anshul has been fighting for justice. He has invited me to his home in Sirsa, where he lives under 24-hour police protection.
Hi Anshul.
हेलो, हाउ आर यू?
I'm fine. ये सब आप क्या देख रहे हैं?
ये हमारे फादर के केस से रिलेटेड डॉक्यूमेंट्स हैं.
Anshul is preparing for yet another hearing in his father's murder trial. The state has charged Singh with 2 murders, including that of Anshul's father. But the case has dragged on for over 15 years, and there's still no verdict.
इतने बड़ी ताकत
Truth is what's giving us strength. We've taken on such a powerful empire. What are we in front of them? We're nothing.
Anshul says the guru and his followers tried every trick in the book to prevent him from testifying.
मुझे उन्होंने थ्रेट नहीं
They
किया.
never directly threatened me, but indirectly, they tried really hard. Through my relatives, through a local administrator, through a former state chief minister. They tried to get me to compromise.
जब
My reply was, what more can they do to us? There's nothing more valuable than life, and that they've already taken.
For the past 11 years, the Central Bureau of Investigation has assigned Anshul an armed bodyguard. The threat, he says, is real. The Guru's devotees aren't just followers, they're fanatics. This fanaticism spilled onto the streets last August when Gurmeet Ram Rahim Singh was convicted of sexually assaulting 2 of his female disciples.
My own estimate, personal estimate, is about 200,000 to 300,000 people were present in and around the court premises at the time of the verdict.
Sumit Goel is one of the prosecutors responsible for Singh's conviction.
In my career as a lawyer, I have never ever even heard of so many people gathering at the time of verdict. So there was a lot of tension at that point of time, and everybody had a sense of fear inside that anything could happen.
What happened was an all-out riot. Hundreds of thousands of Singh's supporters rampaged through several cities, burning media vans, train carriages and petrol stations.
Schools were closed, markets were closed, everything was closed.
So the city shut down.
It's practically shut down for 2 to 3 days.
The government imposed a curfew and deployed the army. Electricity supplies, mobile internet and cable television were cut to prevent crowds from gathering. Almost 40 people were killed and hundreds injured in the mayhem. Hansraj Chauhan says he watched with horror as the carnage unfolded on TV. For 13 years, he was one of Gurmeet Ram Rahim Singh's most fervent followers, until the unthinkable happened. I meet Chauhan at a secret location with his bodyguard. He too is on a hit list.
Whenever I have to go anywhere, I can't tell anyone where I'm going. I need to change cars midway. I need to call a friend to come with me. Even today, I had to do this.
Chauhan says his parents sent him to live and work for Singh when he was just a teenager. One day, the Guru summoned him.
He called a meeting of his closest male devotees. There were about 400-500 people. He said, "We are going to remove your virility. After that, your mind isn't going to wander. You'll come closer to God."
Chauhan says he didn't understand that the Guru was talking about castration.
He said, it's just a small operation. You won't feel any pain or discomfort. No one knew what castration was.
Chauhan says he was sent to the Dera's own hospital and instructed to tell the doctors that the guru had blessed him.
They mixed something in the Pepsi and gave it to me to drink. After that, I didn't know what they were doing to me or where they were taking me. I fell unconscious and woke up 3 days later.
Chauhan says he was in agony and his groin was bandaged.
I was in pain for 2 months. I couldn't walk properly. I was on bed rest. My bandages were changed every 2-3 days.
Before and even after the operation, Chauhan says he was made to sign a number of blank documents.
Guru had put a lot of property under the names of castrated devotees. He knew that we would never get married or have children. When we die, we'll leave the property here, and he would put his name on our power of attorney.
He says hundreds of men and boys were castrated. He's now helping investigators prosecute his former guru. Gurmeet Ram Rahim Singh is already serving a 20-year sentence for his rape convictions. But he continues to deny all charges of rape, murder and castration. We tried to speak with him, but the Indian courts would not give us permission. We did, however, interview his spokesman.
From the beginning to the end, I have tried to understand and investigate these allegations. I never saw anything that indicated that a crime had been committed.
Prakash Singh Sawara is not only a devotee of the Guru, he's also a relative. He says men volunteered to be castrated, but are now blaming Singh.
Whoever has had this done, it was their choice.
He also dismisses the multiple allegations of rape and murder against his guru, saying they are politically motivated.
Our system is being used by people who are communal, corrupt and liars.
He refuses to identify which people. Instead, he quickly moves on, blaming a conspiracy by drug dealers.
Whenever a man tries to clean up bad things in our society, he will be opposed by people who profit from these bad things.
But Sawara saves his most passionate attacks for the press and the investigators who put his guru behind bars.
A large part of the Indian media is making a fool out of people. It's not journalism. The court itself admitted that the media's coverage is influencing judges. As far as the Central Bureau of Investigation goes, it has been called a puppet.
Sawara believes his guru is a victim and will soon be exonerated.
The truth hasn't been completely buried. And I believe that someday it will come out.
And his faith is shared by many other devotees. Even now, despite Singh languishing in jail, his Sirsa ashram is packed with followers.
It's more than 40 degrees in the peak of summer, and still thousands of people have come to hear recorded speeches by their guru.
We were banned from filming inside the ashram, but we listened in to the Dera's own film crew interviewing disciples.
तो आज उनके साथ ऐसा क्योंकि वो जेल में शराब छुड़ा रहे हैं और तो ड्रग्स छुड़ा रहे हैं, तो इस कारण जो जिन लोगों का बिजनेस है ये जैसे जो माफिया है जो शराब बेचते हैं ड्रग्स बेचते हैं, तो उन लोगों को अच्छा नहीं लगता है, तो वो गुरुजी के खिलाफ ये षड्यंत्र कर रहे हैं। वो
ये तो सभी जानते हैं, अभी ये पॉलिटिकल है होता है, जो ये है जो सब कुछ हुआ है ये एक साजिश थी।
ऐसा गुरुजी के अंदर क्या देखा जो आप यहाँ से अभी तक जुड़े हुए हैं इतना विरोध होने के बावजूद भी?
हमारों को इतना मतलब विश्वास है, इतना गहरे समान है कि मैं बता ही नहीं सकता।
जी ये भावुक हो गए काफी और इनका विश्वास इतना है कि ये आंसू झलक रहे हैं।
These devotees say they will never believe the allegations against their guru. But would they believe one of his most trusted confidants? Far from the Sirsa ashram, we've tracked down a man who was once willing to die for the Guru. Today, it's his life that's in danger.
I believe that he was God, that he was a great soul. I never knew about the evil in him.
For 10 years, Khatta Singh worked as a personal bodyguard, driver and manager for Gurmeet Ram Rahim Singh. He says he was present when the Guru ordered the assassination of journalist Ramchandra Chhatrapati after he published the anonymous letter.
He was shown the local paper that Ramchandra Chhatrapati published called The Whole Truth. The minute he saw the report, he was livid. He said, "Silence him forever." In front of me, Krishan Lal went and got a revolver and a walkie-talkie set. In front of me, he gave these to Gurmeet Singh, who then gave them to Nirmal Singh and Kuldip Singh and told them, "Take this and kill him as soon as possible."
Khatta has given a detailed account to the courts of what happened that day. He says he also knows about the sexual assaults.
There were a lot of girls who were ready to come forward. But the problem is with our society. Tomorrow, if she wants to get married, people will point fingers at her and say, she is this kind of girl because she's been abused. So these poor girls just swallowed their pain like poison. They either kept silent or went home.
By 2005, Khatta Singh says he'd had enough.
When I stopped going to Dera, they sent followers to my home. When I'd leave the house, they'd spit on me. They said, "If you say anything, we are ready for you." I went to the police once or twice and gave them my written statement. Instead, the police threatened me. That's when I thought, if the police themselves are not listening to me, then what's the point?
When word spread that he'd gone to the authorities, he received a letter stained with blood.
आपके पास कोई कमांडो या सरकारी गनमैन कोई मिले आपको तो वो हंकार या उसका मान ना करना हम तेरे बेटे को उनमें से बीच में से उठाकर ले जाएंगे और तेरे बेटे को बीच में उठाकर ले आके मार देंगे और तेरा घर बर्बाद हो जाएगा और तेरे को भी नहीं छोड़ेंगे।
तो उन्होंने उनका नाम भी लिखा है?
हाँ जी, ये मनोज इंसान तो ये आसी पतन की है तो सत्यपाल इंसान।
ये इनको अरेस्ट क्यों नहीं किया गया?
इनको कोई दिलचस्पी नहीं हरियाणा गवर्नमेंट की, हरियाणा पुलिस की भी इनको क्यों पकड़ना नहीं, क्यों नहीं करना, इसलिए तो इनके हौसले बढ़ रहे हैं। अब भी देखो लेटर लिख रहे हैं।
Khatta has no doubt that his former guru is behind these threats.
This guy is no saint. He is using spirituality as a smokescreen to conceal murders.
But in India, Singh is not the only self-proclaimed saint accused of serious crimes. Others include Asaram Bapu, a popular guru recently convicted of raping a 16-year-old girl, and Swami Nithyananda, who is facing a spate of charges including rape and criminal conspiracy. While tens of thousands of swamis here are devoted to serving their communities, spiritual organizations are alarmed by these controversies.
Not only are they dangerous, but they are toying with faith.
Swami Narendra Giri heads an umbrella group representing Hindu holy men. He is urging devotees to be cautious and sensible. His organization has taken the unprecedented step of releasing a list of fake gurus, including Gurmeet Ram Rahim Singh.
These days, anytime you switch the TV on, there's a guru sitting there with a laptop. People call in, saying, "I'm not married, I'm losing money, I'm getting sick." If you are sick, go see a doctor. If you're not getting married, go look for a partner, and you'll get married. What's concerning for us is how to break this kind of blind faith that people have. In today's world, there's no astrologer or guru who can solve problems with the press of a button. All this is just to make fools out of people.
It's sage advice, but in India, belief runs deep. Even for Anshul Chhatrapati, despite his father's murder and his struggle for justice, he says his faith remains unshakable.
God is in the truth. Whoever is with the truth, God is with him.
जो व्यक्ति सच्चाई के साथ है